Hello, here are 5 tips and tricks for GoPro Hero 13. If you are a new user of GoPro, then you might find these quite useful. So first of all, what you can do is swipe from the top towards the bottom in order to open this panel. In this panel, you can swipe to the next page in order to find controls. Now, by default, it is set to easy. However, do not feel afraid to switch it to Pro. You can just swipe the slider up on the right side in order to set it to Pro in order to have full control over all settings. And what it does is if you go back to the preview, for instance, if you are in the video mode, then you can tap on this icon in the bottom right corner, and now you have a full list of settings for a specific mode that you are in right now, that you are using. For instance, you can adjust the framing, the resolution, frame rate, digital lens. Also, you can enable or disable the video stabilization, and so on and so forth. You can even find zoom over here, which is not available if you do not use Pro mode, so otherwise you will not probably find it. So, and of course we also have the tune parameters where you can adjust, for instance, the white balance, the ISO, the shutter, and so on and so forth. So be sure to go through these settings in order to create your own preset. And at the very bottom, you can also save your preset as your own preset, pretty much. You can name it as you wish. So this is, of course, a first tip. Another thing that is quite useful is the voice control. So let's go back to the same menu as before. And over here, you have this icon. And if you tap on it, then you can enable and disable the voice control. Now, in order to find out how to use the voice control, you can once again go back to the next page, but this time we're going to go to preferences. And over here, if you go to voice control, you will find commands. And here you will find the list of all commands, all voice commands that work for this GoPro. So if you want to, for instance, start or stop recording, you can just say it out loud if you have the voice control enabled, and you don't have to press any buttons whatsoever, which is quite useful if you, for instance, attach your GoPro to, I don't know, like your head or something, and you don't want to look for the shutter button in order to start or stop recording. And this is just one example, because as you can see, there are a number of different voice commands that can be really useful. Another thing that can be quite annoying for some people is the beep sound, which is, for instance, triggered when you power on or power off the GoPro. And you can actually completely disable this sound by tapping on this note icon over here. And now it says camera volume off, so we don't have any beep sound anymore, but of course you can turn it back on and it will return to the previously set loudness. You can of course adjust the loudness by once again going to preferences, and this time we're gonna go to audio, and over here we have camera volume. Now over here you cannot disable it, you can only change the volume, so you can set it to high, which is the loudest of course, medium, or low. So another thing that is really useful is the front display. So if you take a look over here, you will see that in this case, because we have the menu opened, we don't have any preview, but if I close it, then you will see that we have the preview of the camera. Now you can actually hide it, or you can customize it to be precise. So let's go back to the same menu as before. This time we can tap on this icon over here on the left side at the bottom, and here we can customize the front display. By default it is set to the preview. I think it is called actual screen, yeah. So we have it set to actual screen, where you can see pretty much everything on the front display. You can also set it to full screen, which will just keep the center of the camera preview, really. Everything that is on the side will not be displayed. We also have status only, but if you want to completely disable the front display, then you can set it to screen off. So now if I save the changes and go back to the preview, as you can see, it is disabled. So if you want to be subtle, if you don't want others to see what is being recorded, then of course you can hide that information. And last but not least, it is recommended to use the GoPro Quick app on your smartphone and connect your GoPro to your phone because it grants you access to pretty much everything. You can even turn GoPro on and off remotely, so you don't have to even touch the power button, which you have of course on the side, in order to power on or power off. The app can be downloaded either from the App Store or the Play Store depending on your smartphone. If you open it for the first time, you don't really have to create an account. You can just continue as a guest, and then you can go to GoPro tab at the bottom, and then you can start searching for your GoPro. In my case, I am already connected, but in your case, what you need to do is go to the menu as before. There we go. And now over here you want to swipe to the next page, and over here you will have the option to pair device. So you want to tap on this option. In my case it says that I'm already paired. In your case there will be an option to pair with a device, and after that you should be able to pretty much go back to the app, to the GoPro Quick app, and you should be able to detect your GoPro. So we can tap anywhere in order to see the preview, and there we go. Now over here what we can do is enable the preview, for instance. For the first time, if we do this for the first time, we will need to connect to Wi-Fi on GoPro, so there will be a hotspot created for the GoPro, but after a short while you should see the preview. Sometimes it doesn't work for the first time. If it doesn't work for you, then you want to simply turn off and on your GoPro. You have all the information about the GoPro. You can turn it off and back on. You can start recording. You can do pretty much everything. So you don't really have to even do anything on the GoPro itself. You can keep doing stuff on your smartphone. You even have the view media option, which allows you to check whatever you have recorded, whether recorded, or if we're talking about pictures, then of course taken. So it is recommended to use the app as it provides a great way to use GoPro without even having to touch GoPro at all once you have it attached to anything ready, once you start using it. So that's pretty much it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have some additional tips that you want to share with others, feel free to post them in the comments. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next videos.